Hey YouTube, got another woodworking project for you. Gonna make some cornhole boards for my cousin. Check it out now. Alright YouTube, my cousin is wanting some cornhole boards made and he's drove me about crazy with them, so I told him I would do them. So that's coming up next. I know the woodworking projects don't do as good, but you know, I promised him I'd do it, so here we go. Alright, cornhole boards are 4 foot by 2 foot square boxes basically. But I've got to miter the ends into angles. Alright, so what I'm going to do is make a angle cut first thing. I can hold this tool by myself. Might put something under it here. Let me find something. Alright, like I said, first thing I'm going to do is do a miter cut. It's this box I hold up long enough to cut it. Need something better to brace it with. It's worse, I guess. Nope. That works. I got my 45 cut off that way. Now I'm going to measure it 4 feet and cut it off the other way. I'm going to do my pencil. Now I'll flip my saw. Do the other side the same way. Using a speed square here to make me a diagonal line. Just something to give me a guide with. Alright. Now I need to repeat this 3 more times. Alright. So I got my four foots cut out, just angled on both sides. We'll just put them together with the miter cuts. And we'll do the 2 foot across. Then all we gotta do is do a top. This is a pretty simple project. And put some glue on it. The only thing that's gonna be complicated is making the legs. And I'll show you how to do those in a little bit. Alright, these 2 pieces of scrap right here, I messed up on one, so I cut it just a hair too short. This is left over for cutting the 2 foots out, and it's not long enough to do 2 foot pieces. These 2 will make my legs. I'll just cut them back off straight and make my legs. The legs only got to be foot high. Then I just got to kind of round them. I'll show you how I do that. All right, so there's all 4 of them. All 4 of these are here. So hard part's really done. What's left is to cut out the actual plywood, which we'll drag over here. I'll have to set the sawhorses up. And we just got to make 2 2x4 pieces. And then we can box all these, screw all these together, nail the plywood on top of it, glue it, and that's that. So let's get that cut out. All right, so I got this 4x8 piece of real smooth plywood. It's like veneer plywood here on the sawhorses. And what I need to do is cut with my circular saw it in half. I need 4 foot by 2 foot. Or I could take 2 foot sections off it. That'd probably be easier to do that actually. So we'll do the 2 foot sections, let it just drop off. Do another one, let it drop off. Then we'll have a 4 foot piece left because this is a 4x8 piece. I don't know where my chalk line is. I think I bought one, but I can't remember. I had one before the flood, but I don't know where it's at, obviously. I'm marking this with a pencil. So what I'm going to do is just do 2 marks, 2 foot up, draw a line all the way across with the level. And it'll serve the same purpose as a chalk line. And there we go. So if you don't have a chalk line, make a line with a level or a straight board, piece of metal, whatever you got. I've really got too much junk in here, I know. So slide the sawhorse back where I can cut. Plug this in, we'll cut this one off, do it one more time. That part's done. Now one thing I was gonna mention, they do sell 2x4 cutoffs at Lowe's and Home Depot, wherever you got. Thing about it was, this was cheaper to buy the whole sheet than it was to buy two of the 2x4 sheets. Actually, I had two 2x4 sheets MDF because it's all my Lowe's carries for the car speaker box. So, not real happy about that. I paid more for them than I probably would a whole sheet. So, if you can get the whole sheet, it's a lot cheaper, even if you're going to have some left over. You can always use it for another project. There's one. Do the same thing twice. And it's pretty much ready to put together after that. So that little kickback to the saw, you can see right there on the edge, there was like a, I don't know if it's a piece of veneer or not, but it was like a piece of thread and it was inside the wood. I don't know if it's something they fell in there when they pressed it together, but it was just like a piece of thread. I had to cut it in half with a knife. Never seen nothing like that. But it made my saw bind up and barely kick back, so he's just going to have to live with it. Look here. See what I'm talking about? I don't know if they've dropped it in there when they made it, or it's some kind of fiber they used. I'm not sure. I didn't see it on the other piece I cut, but it caused the saw to bind up. Never seen nothing like that. Anyway, we're going to use this as a table now. And I go out here and get the screws, but you can kind of see what we're going for here. And then we'll have 2 legs that's sitting here that just fold down and hold the thing up. Pretty simple. Then we got to cut the hole out. I have to figure out the measurements for the hole. Alright, so glue and screw. That's all there is to it. Hopefully it don't split. I don't think it will. I'm hoping I don't have to pre-draw all this, because that'd take all night. And I really don't want to. I'm trying to get this done. That went together good. Okay. Do this all the way around, and then we can nail the top to it. All right, so that frame's done. And this side down. So okay, so that's gonna go on like that. I'm just gonna glue it, get the nailer. I ain't gonna show you nailing it. I mean, I don't know why you would need to see to nail it. I'm gonna glue it up, and I'll put a few extra an extra nail or two right here where this kind of kicked. But do that. Already put legs on it. Cut the hole. And there is the finished product. Now we just gotta put legs on it. Cut the hole. And I'm not painting this. He is. This is his baby when it comes to painting. I'll build it for him, but he's up to painting. I don't feel like staining this or painting it or whatever he wants to do with it. So let's go ahead and make some legs for it. I've got enough wood to make a cross brace in the legs, but don't know, it might be strong enough without it. We'll see. If I don't have to do that, I won't, because it's going to make these really heavy if I do. So, but first, let's make some legs. See what it comes out to. All right, guys, that's what I got. Legs fold down. So, and they fold out of the way. Flip them up. They got stops. They stop. See? So that's that. All I gotta do is cut the hole. I have to go out there and figure the measurement. I know it's a 6-inch hole, but I need to see how far down it needs to be on the board. I don't know if it really matters that much, but I'll check it. So let me find a jigsaw and do that 6-inch hole. I'm actually needed 2 more bolts, and I didn't realize I didn't have them. So I'll have to get those tomorrow, but it'll be exactly the same. So let me find something to cut the hole with. And I'm calling these done for the night after I get those 2 bolts in the morning. Alright, so I didn't have a protractor out here, so I just made my own. Drill a hole here, move up 3 inches, make another hole. Half of 6 is 3. Got where I want my hole to go. So I'm going to take that, slide my drill in it like so, just enough to hold it. Like so. I'm proud to get a regular pencil instead of this. I'm going to go find one. I saw one. Here's one. Sharpen this. But we take the regular pencil, stick it down the hole, spin it around. Homemade protractor. Alright, and there is my circle drawed with my homemade protractor. It's the outside line, it jumped a little bit, but the outside line on that top side, my drill bit popped out on me when I was drawing it. But there's that. Cut that out with a jigsaw. This thing's done. Alright guys, I'm 2 bolts short and I don't have a wood jigsaw blade, so I'll go in the morning to the hardware store down here at the mouth of down the road. It's real close to us, and get me 1 wood jigsaw blade and 2 more 4-inch bolts to bolt this other one together and cut the holes out. Just I had metal blades, but I didn't realize I didn't have no wood ones. I thought I had a pack of wood ones too, but can't remember what I have and what I don't with everything piled up like I've got it here and all this stuff. I really got to do a big clean out in here so bad it ain't funny. Finished product. Alright guys, that's how you pretty much make a couple cornhole boards. You could make anything like that, a coffee table or anything or whatever you want. I mean, it's just basically making a square box. It's not a hard process. But, you know, it's something, so. Alright guys, I know that the woodworking projects don't get the hits that cars do, and everybody really doesn't love them as much as the cars, but I'm already out here doing them. I figure I might as well film them, get you out some content anyway. It's just like an extra bonus, just like when I go somewhere and I try to do something like when I went to the museum for the military museum. I was there, might as well film it. It kind of fits with the channel, so, you know, figured I might as well just put it out there. Anyway, we will be back on the car tomorrow. We'll be working on the audio system. I don't know when the video will get out on it, if it get out this weekend or not. I'm hoping I can put it all out. It may be like early this coming week, but we are getting on the audio of this system. It'll be done in a couple parts. As you saw, part 1 was just removing the dash pad and everything. So we'll get started on all of it. There will be some woodworking with it because I got to build a speaker box and some speaker rings, but it's actually for the car. It's not just like a woodworking project. So keep checking that out. I appreciate you guys a lot. We're up to 249 subscribers. Love to get 250 after this drops. But anyway, I mean, for those 249 that do watch me, thank you so very, very much. I just cannot appreciate everything that, you know, all the support I'm getting. So thank you guys so much. I appreciate it. But if you don't care, just keep liking, sharing, subscribing so I can keep growing. when I can keep growing, the more content I can put out to you, the more I can do out here. And I'm actually having real fun doing it, but you know, it's a grind too. So I appreciate you guys though. But like I said, just keep pushing us. Keep pushing Jeffrey Rigged out there. But, you know, and also do what I always ask you to do. Go rig something up.